Hello everyone. Wanted to do a quick update on my new snake rack. It's the 4-tub, I guess it's the Iris sweater box from Reptile Basics. Love it. Couldn't be happier. I got the VE200. Love it. Couldn't be happier. Everything is working great. These guys have been in here for, today has been exactly 1 week. I had it set up and working for approximately 4 to 5 days. Make sure I can get the temps and humidity right. And then I put them in it after that 5-day mark. And so far everything's been working really well. You can see I had to put a few holes in the tubs to get the humidity right. And all these tubs right here. This right here, Memphis, is in shed right now. So again, you got to put the holes in the tubs to get the humidity right, but when they go into shed, you want the humidity to bump up a little bit, so I have a bigger water bowl in there. You can see compared to that one, that's a cat food dish, and that's a doggy water bowl that I got from Dollar Tree. I think it's what it was actually called, a doggy water bowl. So to get his humidity up, I put the bigger water tub in there, and I also took this clip right here, and I take this index card and I just put it just like that, and it covers that hole, and his humidity goes from, I guess it stays at about an average of 50%, and that, doing this right here with the water bowl, takes it up to about 71%. And of course I'll take that off and change his water bowl once he sheds. And then there's the little lady in this one. Got all my sheets as when I feed them, when they shed, what their weights are. I got this off of the internet. And if you remember in my original video, this wall right here had the baby changing table that I was using as a rack system, and it worked really well for the time. And then when I got this, I actually had it over here. So you can tell I took the old one out, moved this one over. I mean, it looks real nice, doesn't take up a whole lot of space. I love it. Another thing I use these clips for, it's like yesterday was feeding day. So I'll take this clip, and before I feed, probably 2 hours before I feed, I'll actually open the baggie, and then I'll take one side of the open end and I'll clip it there so that the baggie actually stays open over these holes, and it actually scents. And these guys ate no problem inside there. And then what I'm doing is, as a suggestion from quite a few people, is to have a backup for this thing if this thing should ever fail. So here's what I have. This is the original Hydra Farm that I got back with the old tub. This is the new VE200. This one is on off. This one here is proportional. So this one right here, the way it works is you set it for a certain temperature. Once the heat tape in there, once that probe reaches that temperature, this will turn off, and it turns the power off to the heat tape. Once it goes down approximately 3 degrees from what this is set at, it turns back on. So it has full power back up to the heat tape, and then it just, it's a continuous cycle like that. So that's on off. This one right here is proportional. So what I do is I set the temperature on this thing for, say, 97 degrees, and it does a slow, continuous amount of power to that heat tape to maintain that 97 degrees. And it's been, I don't know if you can see the readings on there, I got the thing set for 97 and the probe is at 97. And it just does the right amount of power to it. So the suggestion was is if this thing ever fails, it will fail in the on position. So what that means is when it fails, there will be unregulated power going to that heat tape, and it will get really hot. Even though it's low wattage, it could still get very hot. So you need something as a backup for this to stop that heat tape from going up too high. So what I'm going to do, and I'm still testing it, as you can see, this reads 98 degrees. I have this thing, nothing's plugged into it right now, but I have this probe on the heat tape. I've had it on there for about 4 days now, maybe 3 days. And I'm trying to see what's the highest that will go at the set. I don't mess with any of the settings. This is set for 97. The highest I've seen this thing read, it actually reads the temperature at 99. That's the highest I've seen it read. So what I'm going to do is the probe goes onto the heat tape. Then this gets plugged in to this. This probe is also on the heat tape. So what happens is if that thing fails, like I said, it'll fail in the on position, making continuous power go to this heat tape. So if this thing fails, it continuously goes. This one here takes over. Once that reaches a certain temperature, it will turn off. And now this one basically becomes the main source. So if I'm at work or something one day, that one fails, I know that I have a backup with this one, so I don't burn my guys up. The reason that I'm waiting to see is, let me give you an example. That thing is set for 97 degrees. This thing has read as high as 99 degrees. So if I would have automatically just plugged that one into here, set that one 97, set this one 97, the readings will be completely different. That will read 97. This one reads 97, and I'm going to turn my thing off. That's not what I'm looking for. I want to set this approximately, say about 3 degrees higher, because there's going to be such a temperature difference between the two probes. Let me put it to you this way. This one here costs $30. This one here costs $115. I'm not dogging on this one at all. This one was great. I've had it for, I guess, almost a year now, and it's worked great for me. I've had this one for, I guess, about 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks, and it's working great for me too. So I'm not saying anything bad about this one. I'm just saying that this is different than that. So if that one should fail, this is basically my backup. So again, that one and this one, both of the probes, you can see the probe right here. It's the probe coming from that one, and it's on the heat tape. The probe coming from that one, you can see right here, is also on the heat tape. Okay? So, I set this one, this is the primary, set at 97 degrees. Then, eventually, I will plug this one into this one. This one right now I have set at 101 degrees. Okay? If this one fails, this one will take over. And it should maintain about the same degrees because this reads a little bit higher than that one over there. I think this one's more accurate than this one. Okay? So if this one fails, that one then becomes the primary. So I hope I explained that right. Hope everybody understands. It was a good suggestion. I thought I would give it a try. But I will say my racks, I'm pretty happy too, because the first time I tried to feed these guys in there, everybody ate. Memphis didn't eat right away because he was in shed, so I had to take, you can see his little hide inside there. It's at 65 because I had it open for a little bit, but inside his hide there, he wouldn't come out when he was in shed, so I had to take the rat and just stick the rat's head inside the hide, and I walked away. Came back about a minute later, and sure enough, I see the little rat just being drug inside, and he ate. But I highly recommend this rack system. I highly recommend the VE200. I highly recommend this Hydrofarm. And I hope again that I explained how I have them using this as a backup. Why the temperatures are the way they are. So if you have any questions, comment below. And thanks again for looking.